Hello, welcome to Living the One Life. My name is Martha Hines, and I wanted to welcome you to this website and also just introduce myself and give an overview of what I offer, what might be a match for you in the various ways that I am here to support you. So the gist is that I have been essentially called by the spirit world in no uncertain terms to be present as a support for those of us who are coming into this time of awakening as beings of, and a lot of us are quote unquote waking up to the idea that we are in the reality that we all are beings of the divine, literally, beings of source, of existence, and also, of course, beings of the earth. And anything and everything is a being of the divine. And certainly all humans and animals and plants and minerals also are beings of the divine. But there are many of us having this kind of interesting experience of suddenly really knowing that and experiencing it on very real levels, that we are not just humans in an earthly human body. We also are beings of the cosmos, beings of spirit, beings of the light, beings of the stars, beings of the earth, but on in various levels of that existence. And that's a beautiful realization. And it's very true. And at the same time, there, even if we suddenly know that, or if we intellectually realize that, there's a whole set of ways that we might be needing or wanting support in fully coming into that reality and then living in that reality. So the spirit world, in 2018, I was working for many years as a clinical social worker, as a therapist, and before that, as a body worker also. But my primary experience for 2 decades was working with trauma issues and child abuse situations and helping people in very traumatizing situations to heal from that. So in 2018, the spirit world essentially sort of swooped in and said, that's great, and not what you're here to do anymore. You're here to switch, use those skills, but be present for the people who really need you and the world in the way that it really needs you, which is just what I said, to be present, available, and giving various kinds of support to those of us going through this awakening process, whatever words you want to use for that. So toward that, everything I do is literally directed by spirit. That's one fundamental truth. But what they have had me do is, number one, channel a series of books. There are going to be 8 books in this series total. I have published 3 of them. They're called Living the One Light, Gaia Speaks, and Cosmos Speaks. And all 3 of those books, those first 3 books in the series, are really about this, about the fact that we are beings of the divine, and then they're practical guides for helping to come into that reality and clear our bodies and ourselves to really be the full being of the divine that is us, and to thrive in that way of being, and to navigate, kind of the common hiccups that come along with that experience, which I've personally experienced many times over the last many years. And then also certainly I do one-on-one work with people. I incorporate astrology. That's more of a soul-centered evolutionary approach to astrology. But it's the way that the spirit world asks me to work with astrology. It's not only evolutionary astrology. It's the energetics of the cosmos and how that plays out in the energetics of who we are. So I do one-on-one astrology readings and also more long-term spiritual mentoring, which can incorporate astrology, but also just really helps you to tap into who are you as a being of the divine, who are you as a soul, you know, and what helps support you to come into what's your way of tapping into the resonance of the divine, literally. And then what shifts in your life as you come into that way of being and into the way that you're really being called to be on this planet moving forward. So that's the one-on-one work I do. And then also I have a lot of online offerings that you can do on your own or in conjunction with support from me. So those are all on my Teachable site, and most of them are linked on my actual website, livingtheonelight.com here. And so there's several of those, but the one I want to highlight is the one that the spirit world says is the key. Like if everyone could do one thing, it would be this one thing, which is the very simple, short little online course called Resonating as the Divine. And so in that course, or that experience, that online experience, it's all of these online journeys are entirely channeled. And so in that one, the spirit world helps us to literally come into the vibration and the resonance of the divine that is us. And what they say is that, you know, a lot of us have this idea that we want to raise our vibration, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have this idea that we need to strive and strive and strive and strive and strive to continually raise our vibration higher and higher, quote unquote. And what the spirit world has come in and said to me is, that's great, but the real point is not to, you know, continually raise our vibration. It's just to resonate as the divine, which is us, resonate as source itself, which again is us. And they say, if you're going to start from anything, start there. No matter who you are, no matter how versed you are in spiritual ways of being or not, or, you know, if you're a total beginner to this, and or you've been in your own spiritual journey for, you know, 75 years, they say that's the key, is remembering the actual literal vibration of me, of you, as source itself, as the divine itself. And then when we come into that place, that resonance, that in a sense sort of takes care of everything else. So that's like the most central, most simple online offering that I have. And then I have others that are, there's like a series of videos about, again, led by the spirit world, that are essentially like energy sessions done by the spirit world for, it's called a Deep Peace and Healing video series. And then there is another series on navigating life on Earth that I'm going to be continually adding to. So far, there's 3 videos there that are just various skills for people like us who are being called to live as both beings of the divine and beings of Earth in a conscious, awake way, because it's not always easy, and so forth. So there's various things like that. And then I'll be also adding various astrology offerings that are from this more energetic healing perspective of astrology. And so there's going to be a series that's free on the healing and wisdom of the zodiac. That's where I'm going to start with that. And that'll be an accompaniment actually to my 2022 journal, which will be coming out in late 2021. So I'm making this video in late September 2021, and that journal will be coming out hopefully in about a month and a half, 2 months. So I'll be adding things to the website and regarding that journal and regarding astrology, but that's the gist. So yeah, one thing that's really important to me is that each of us knows in our own body, in our own resonance in ourselves, you know, what kind of support we need in any given moment. And so just let me know what resonates for you, what speaks to you, what calls to you. You'll know it in yourself, in your cells, literally. And if you want support in just figuring out what you're needing in this moment, let me know that too. You can reach me at livingtheonelight@gmail.com. Or on this website, you can sign up for a session with me, or sign up for any of the online experiences, or fill out the questionnaire, which also is linked here on the website. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. And I will talk to you soon.